Okay, so this is, I just start up the computer in the morning, and this is the speed that I see. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be, 3.49 gigahertz. Even though we have the ultimate performance on. Remember, when you run the ultimate performance, your computer will always be on. It'll never go to sleep. The monitors will go to sleep, but not the computer. So you got to keep an eye on that. Because I'm running at full power, 100%, to get the fastest speed possible. Okay. Right now there's really nothing else running on the machine. Now I'm going to run a cleaning. And you'll see how the process, I'm going to leave that running in the background, which you see. And we're going to run the cleaning program. So the first thing we'll run is Wise Game Booster. Now, the reason why I run Wise Game, but we're not using it for a gaming. We're using it to clean the virtual RAM, the RAM that you don't see, and the other RAM. It's going to test the CPU and it's found. Now I configured it to ignore quick CPU, and there's another program to ignore. Otherwise, it'll take it away. So let's hit optimize all. Watch the gauge go down. Now it freed up 613 megabytes. So it cleaned up the virtual and it cleaned up the RAM. But it'll never go down to green. This is where it'll go. This is based on an old Windows tuning program. They used to say it was hacked or it was fake. But it actually did tell you what was running. And it was pretty neat. It cleaned up everything. It even speed up the internet. Now, you say where such a program is. Yes, but I had some, I still have such a program. I wouldn't run it today because all the antivirus and everything will pick it up. So, uh, but yet there's nothing in it. Some programs had all malicious stuff in there, so you got to be careful. You don't want to run anything too old. Okay, so this cleans up the system processor, the system optimizer, and system. Okay, so we're not done yet. We just did some cleaning. Okay, that gauge will push back a little bit. Okay, so we could close that out. That's free, by the way. Now, they also make another program. Watch the CPU change. So, yes, we also run Defender. And we have other things running. So we have Essentials running in the background. Now, utilization, you have to keep an eye on that. When utilization is 100%, that means the process, it's really maxed out. And then we're going to watch the temperature of the processor. We don't want this to go up to over 200. And some of you, this program out of the box does Celsius, and you just go over here and change it to this. Okay. So now we're going to run WiseCare 365. Now WiseCare 365 666 version got hit with malicious intent. So they did a good job of getting rid of that one. Yes, I haven't checked the PC in 10 days. So let's check. Now you can just run the PC checkup and it'll run. On certain computers with extra cores, right? And extra threads, this thing will run faster. But then again, that machine doesn't have a lot of stuff in there. This is fully loaded. This has other programs. You see, drive should only be kept the main program. Games and everything can be kept on a shared drive, like a second drive. That's the way you should run your computer. And to be honest, all the files should not be kept on the computer. Your documents, your pictures, your music, and all these other programs, they should be kept on a NAS. It's a network attached storage device. You can get one of these little mini cube PCs and get OpenNAS, install it on there, right? Uh, and have multitude of SSDs or or even if you want to go, you can actually get one of those EMCs or NVMMC, so, those little microchip process. They're like a hard drive, but it's on a chip. WD, Western Digital has one, but they tend to overheat. You'd have to keep them cool. You'd have to get, you can get a USB device. I should show that, what that looks like, so you all can see, only you can see that. I have such a device because I ran into that problem where um, someone else's laptop, stopped working. Got to get that drive out of the Dell, and inside there's no hard drive, there's no SSD, there's a PCIe, mini PCIe, just like the Wi-Fi. Yeah, the, inside you can take it out, unscrew it out, boom, you got it. What do you do with it? You can't plug it into USB. You don't have an interface for it. You have to buy the interface. How much does the interface cost? $20. It has no fan in it, and it can get hot. Okay, so remember, when you take that out of a Windows PC and you connect it to another Windows PC, some of you have Windows Pro and you have BitLocker, then BitLocker key would have to be inserted. You have to get that, make sure you have that, because without that, you can't do anything. Then you're not going to be able to access certain files because it's not running in the computer. So you want to get to your documents. That's why you should not have anything on that drive that you won't be able to get to. You should have a NAS and attach to the network and get to your files that way. Everybody should have a network attached device. Because if anything happens to your main PC, you can blow it out, reinstall Windows or Linux, whatever it is that you're running, and back up and running again. Okay. So this thing tells me it scanned 110 sections. It took 2 minutes and 54 seconds. On your computer, it might run faster. Okay. Now, more RAM does not mean more a faster system, because it's not going to use all the RAM. The CPU can get tasked down. Some people going back to use the old server RAM, server processor, finding out that building a system around that processor with a whole bunch of cores allows them to do more. A server chip running that today. They're cheaper. Okay, we're gonna clean up the system. Now this just cleans out the basics. Oh, what's WISE protection? So it's another shield. So anything try to install itself into the registry, it'll block it. Oh, it does work, by the way. Oh yeah, that's gonna take memory. That's right. That's gonna take some memory, but you have it. You should have more than 16 gig in your computer. 24 gig, 32 gig, and if you want to go high, you can go higher. If you want to run 4K, a lot of these old processors can do 4K. You'd have to replace the card, the onboard card. You don't have to use a. That's right. You don't have to use a PCIe card that can have enough RAM on there and can do 4K without bogging down the CPU. Why hose down the CPU? You see. Now we can run. This will scan the registry. It always finds something in the registry, because remember, when you delete programs, install programs, the registry is like a tight block. And once the registry, you install things, sometimes the registry gets corrupted and stuff like that. And this finds things in the registry that that needs to be taken care of. Once you clean up the registry, that's now, once you do that, it doesn't stop there, because you're gonna have blocks, you're gonna have gaps. Okay. If you had gaps, what does that mean? That means the system will not run at full, full. So you have to take away those gaps. Then you have to run the registry defragger. Now the registry defragger will defrag the registry file by taking out the blocks. You got to check on that too. People don't check on that. A lot of you don't check on that. You ignore that. You say, oh well, my computer will clean up all. No, it doesn't. It doesn't do nothing with. It doesn't clean the registry. Microsoft doesn't do anything with that. They should have the same build. Okay, if they want to build an AI, let the AI scan your system and test and see what's anything's wrong and attack that issue without it let you know, hey, your machine needs to be clean, the registry needs to be packed. That's what it should do, not what it is doing now. You know, the AI could do a lot more besides being your friend and blah 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 blah. You know, it could take care of your computer. Now I have to do this manually. We got to run two programs. We got to run a program to clean up the virtual and the RAM, and then we got to run this to see what's going on. While this is running, see the processor speed drops down. So this is the first generation of APU, which is the Ryzen chip. So the Ryzen chip is based on that's what AMD built the core on. So once it got out of this went all the way up to A12, I think. Yeah, I can get A12 and put it in this machine. It can work, and something like a brand new one, dirt cheap. I beefed this up to a faster system, a little higher up to maybe almost at 4 gigahertz. But you know, I have two of these systems. I can get rid of the other one, but the other system only goes up to 8 gigs, so we run into problems. You know, there's a lot of things you can't do with 8 gig. 16 gig, man, you're getting there. You really need. Well, I have 32 gig. Uh, the computer, you have 27 gig free with a 32 gig. 24 gig, you have about 21 gig free. Now, is that enough? Well, yeah, you can play your games. Um, but a lot of CPUs have 8 cores. Look at your cell phone. Your cell phone might have 8 cores. How does that run? But that's not using the same kind of software. That Windows PC is not using that software. Now, Windows 11 can use Android Java base since they changed the code. But Windows is not fully what it claims to be. It still has old legacy programs running in the background. Microsoft needs to get rid of all of that, start off fresh, and build the operating system without the legacy. Maybe it would have something more stable, but maybe current PC technology can't handle it. So they want Windows 11 installed on new machines, but new machines are expensive. And a lot of you can't. You say, well, gee, I spent all this money on this computer. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. The computer can handle it, but it doesn't have a certain feature. So I think this is running Windows 23. Um, it's not running the 24 that's out there. It might install the 24. I really don't know. The way I have this configured, I installed this differently, even though this is an older machine. I can't teach you what to do because I'm really not supposed to teach you. But and then it's hard for you to do it. But the way I was taught in the domain world, that you can pull down things from the server onto your computer, and that's the way you should install all this. So you have several different computers. You would put what you need on the NAS and run it off your server. That would be wired. You could do it wireless if you had a strong NAS. Let's see what's happening here. 600. So this is actually clean. So you're gonna clean it. It's cleaned. Oh, let's clean that too. Clean. A lot of the problems is with this MTC. Now we have a common cleaner. This takes care of everything on the computer. Don't be careful with your cookies and stuff like that. A lot of you might don't want to enter the password in the different sites and everything like that. You got to be careful with that because if the if whatever it is that you're getting and it has been attacked, you're gonna have to go change the passwords. If you installed Windows on the Windows 11 on a laptop, but you use that Roku, not Roku, it's I think it's well, okay, I won't tell you. It's like a jump drive, right, or an SD, um, like a USB drive. Okay, you plug that in and you install Windows 11 on that, but you don't want to log into Microsoft. Okay, you're gonna have to change that password all the time, every month, because you're not logging into Microsoft. You're logging a little bit into it, but not fully into it. So a lot of people don't want to load into Microsoft. They don't want to run ads. They don't want to run this. They don't want to widgets come up like this annoying thing here. I have to disable this because this why do we need that there? That's taking up bandwidth. You have to clean up your computer. I show you on this site how to fix your bandwidth, how to clean up that, how to free up so your machine will run, because your Windows machine is not running full power. If you compare this to a Chrome OS, the Chrome OS will do better on your network than Windows, because Windows has too much stuff to slow down your PC. That's why when you run your Android or your Apple and you scan it, it's a different system. Your phone, yeah. Apple's a whole different system as it is. Apple is more geared to people who don't want to tinker with their machines. You're not a mechanic. You don't want to get underneath the hook, underneath the engine, and start working on it. Get your hands dirty. You just want something out of the box to work. But you still have to clean up Apple because Apple leaves programs running in the background. I used to be an Apple Care. You would call for Apple help. I would pick up the phone. I took a course in that not too long ago. I didn't like it though, because I was Android and Linux and Windows. That was me. But the whole team is gone now because Apple left. So, and they don't want they'll use overseas, which is a cheaper way to handle customer complaints. But overseas can only do certain things. They can't solve problems. So if you have something complicated, like you ordered a cell phone and you return it, but the company didn't take it off the list and they're still charging, which would happen to me. See, you have to talk to somebody here in the United States. Oh, by the way, here you would see China, Japan, other weird files. You got to remove those. Now you want to take these two away. So it's going to slim down the system. It creates a system restore. System restore file will restore your Windows back to where it was. Always good to have that. Otherwise, you'll have to blow out and restore everything. Here, I'm giving you professional advice. If I had a client, you're the client, and let them know what's going on. I assess the problem, I figure out what to do, and this is the result. This is what you're getting. That's how IT works. If you go out in the business world, because a lot of businesses, they don't want to get too bogged down. Yeah, that's why when they do Windows 11 updates and deployments, you have to go back the next day to check and make sure everything's working and everybody's files come down. Okay. Disk defrag for hard drives. Okay. And the only drive that should be, if say you had a hard drive still, mechanical drive, metal drive, on C would have to be defrag. Registry defrag is another one. So I can run this on here. I don't know if you'll see the results. It might crash the program though. I shouldn't really run it. Now, see what this is at? 6.5%. 59. This needs to be cleaned. Current size, see? So I'm gonna have to shut this down. So hey, if you found this point useful, click on that subscribe button. That really can help out the channel and help myself out. So we're getting up, trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. Okay. and go beyond that too. And hit that notification bell. You got to hit both of those. All right. Thanks for watching, and I hope this has helped you. Very easy to learn. You got to keep the system running properly. Okay? Because if you don't, I have to close this out now. I'll just minimize that. And then I'm going to hit that. And what's going to happen here? It'll clean up the registry and pack it. It needs to be packed. 6%, 659 is bad. All right. Thanks again for watching. Here we go.